start. I don't know if we've seen anything like that in a long time. It was 28-0 before you could blink. What was the game plan offensively to get off to that start?
Well, we had played great defense, and we kept getting super field position, and we just called our base plays, and they tried to pressure us a little bit, and we called them in a couple of them, and really wasn't anything special, just base football plays and guys going out there and making plays and taking advantage of great field position given by our defense.
How does this feel? I guess it adds a little something extra that it's you get a win against a hometown team, it's a team that you're familiar with. So how cool was that for you?
Well, it's always good to win, and you beat a top 10 ranked opponent is especially nice. And then, of course, that is my hometown. I'm not much of a trash talker, but at least for a year, they can't talk trash to me when I go back home for the holiday period. But I'm very proud of our football team. There was a lot of momentum shifts, especially there in the third quarter, and we buckled down, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and forced a lot of turnovers and scored a lot of points on that side of the ball. And if you play defense like that, you always have a chance.
Yeah, last week you guys struggled scoring points off turnovers, did really well today. How proud of you of the effort on that side?
Well, I'm real proud. Last week I think we forced 4 turnovers and got 0 points out of it. And, we talked about that. I mean, there's not any magic formula to scoring, but today I thought, especially early in the game, we were very efficient offensively. We ended up having a couple of long drives. The one at the end of the half was huge. And then we went back in the third quarter offensively and had some negative plays, which has plagued us all year, and just could never get in rhythm, and then had a silly turnover in the red zone there to possibly go up 24 points and kind of just put a stop to the momentum. But fortunately, defense played well, came up with some big plays there down the stretch, and we won a big ball game today, so we're excited about it.
How have you seen Quincy just get more acclimated and more comfortable under center as each game goes on?
Well, he's got a good feel, and we talk about all the time. He's been here a long time, but he hasn't played much football. He had probably the 2 biggest plays in Sanford football history, coming in as a backup against Mercer in Southeast Louisiana 2 years ago, but really hadn't played much. So he's a new guy, and each game I think his confidence is getting better. I know him a little bit better, so I'm able to call some plays I think that work to his strengths a little bit better. And this week we took a little bit off of him on some of our RPO game, and he handled that really well, and I thought he played a lot faster mentally than he has the past couple games.
Moving forward, what would you like to see from this team? Maybe like put together a full 60 minutes.
Well, there's no question. We still don't play very clean football at times when we have a chance just to put the game away. And unfortunately, we got to get better at that. We have a lot of guys that haven't played a lot of football. I think this is week 8 of the season. We've only played, this was our 6th ball game. So, again, we got a lot of guys that just don't have much experience, playing. You take a Rafe Vinson, who had some big catches and had a big catch last week. He was a walk-on special teams player at Ole Miss last year, so he hasn't been in the battle very much. But every game, I think we do get a little better. But we got a lot to clean up, and we'll work on that. We'll enjoy this one. We'll work on that one on Monday.
Especially on defense, how proud of you of the growth. Has struggled a little bit in the third quarter, but makes some big stops. Obviously, 2 touchdowns on that side of the ball.
Well, those guys, and if you listen to me in preseason camp, I said, man, I think we got a really good defense, and Adam does a great job with those guys. They're bought into the scheme, and they play with relentless effort. And you're going to give some plays up as much as we blitz, but we got tremendous pressure on the quarterback, forced him to make some bad plays, and then we were there to recover a fumble and run it back, and then get a pick 6 there at the end, and then get another big fumble there at midfield. And when we're playing like that, it's hard as the play caller, because we play better with tempo. But at that point, man, you're just trying to milk as many seconds as you can, give them bad field position, and send your defense back out there. And we've leaned on them a lot. But we got to get more efficient offensively, especially down the stretch of a ball game.
Especially in that first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, after the first touchdown, we felt pretty confident. But, after defense just kept getting stops and turnovers, everything just happened so fast. And we look up, and it's like, I think only like 4 minutes had been played in the first quarter, and we were already up 21-0. So starting fast is always good, but starting that fast, hey, we'll take it. We'll take it.
How have you really grown personally, but also in the quarterback position this year? we all know what you've done in years past, but how have you maybe just built up more trust with Coach Hatcher and the play calling and just moving forward?
Well, I've had this conversation with a few of my teammates. I tell them all the time, playing college football is as a learning experience. No matter the first game or the last game, every game is always something you can learn from. And I just think that, playing football my whole life and coming out here and playing college football, it's some things that happen that, may not have ever happened, like Noah's, pick six and stuff like that. So just growing in that position and, just getting better each and every week. Me and Coach Hatch have really gotten really closer over the weeks. Losing is never fun, but it's always something you can, go back and watch and get better at. So we've grown closer in that aspect and trying to just put it together every week. That's all.
What kind of confidence boost does this give you offensively? Just a quick stat here. Mercer barely allows 7 points a game.
Yeah.
What kind of boost does that give you offensively, especially as a leading quarterback?
I mean, definitely give us a boost, but, we've been practicing hard just like they have. So we've been expecting this. It was just only a matter of time before it was shown. So I'm proud of our guys, proud of us as a collective, offense, defense, and special teams to come out here and, execute at a high level.
You completely passed this to 9 different receivers. How's it been growing more comfortable and building a rapport with those guys?
Yeah, I think that trust and confidence comes after practice, when practice is over and I grab a few guys to the side and, we run a few extra routes or, get some stuff that we may not have hit in practice. So I think that's just where that confidence comes from, and I tell them all the time that I trust them, so trust me.
Like this.
I mean, it means a lot, obviously an emotional win, every week, Coach Hatcher talks about it, it's a faceless opponent, but I mean, obviously, we see the standings, we know they're a top 10 team in the country, and to come in here and not only win, but really dominate the whole game. It shows us like who we are as a team. I think we've been building every week. But two, it's just exciting, just to get that win, especially here, One, it's kind of a rival against Mercer, with Coach Hatcher being from Macon. But two, it was fun. Like, it was fun the whole game, And I mean, for a lot of those guys, some of us have beaten top 10 teams before. You don't get a ton of those opportunities, but some of these guys are the first one. So like everybody just was awesome, like just a team win. So you celebrate as a team too.
How awesome was that pick six you had? Was the last time that you scored a touchdown?
So last time I scored a touchdown was high school. This is my third interception, but that was my first ever pick six, like ever. Like I don't know. I saw the route that was coming. I knew it was like a new quarterback in. I was like, okay, like they've been kind of hitting this route. Like he's probably gonna try to throw it. So I saw him, a little whip route coming back, and I was like, all right, like here we go. Like this is what, we're playing clamp. So I got a 3-stick, whatever, so I'm going. And I run, and he was just right there, and I caught it. I put my head down and just was thinking, like, score, So it was fun. I mean, I've never done that before. So I ain't scored a touchdown since senior year of high school. So 5 years later, crazy.
How was that first half just the perfect definition of complementary football to get you guys on
Yeah.
the track?
I think it was, and I was talking with them over there, like, I think we just took a big step from last week to this week. We got turnovers, like, very quickly in the first half, and offense capitalized on it. And then we jumped out to that huge lead, which was awesome. And they did what they were supposed to do. They were kicking their butts, for the whole first half, and then we were getting stops, getting them the ball. And it just was, special teams was firing all cylinders. So we really just played as a true team, and you could see it. You could see it in the first half, just kind of the result of that. And I was super proud of, like, everyone for that. Like, just awesome to play complementary football and just see that.
You guys slowed down a little bit in the third quarter there.
Yeah.
What type of composure does that take to be able to climb back and secure the dub like that?
Right. And obviously, we saw from last week, we didn't have that same composure. And I was, talking with them, is like, that's the difference that we built toward that. They're not a bad team. Now, we jumped off to a big start, whatever, and got ahead, got a big lead, but that's not a bad team. And obviously, they have the ability to come back like they did. But it was just the problem, it's like, hey, look, football ain't like that. You don't just go straight up the whole time and everything's cool and awesome. Everything went our way in the first half, faced a little adversity in the third half, but it was just how do we respond, 21 points. Obviously, you don't want to let that happen, to start off the third quarter, but we responded, got a big stop. Then, defense kind of got, 2-3 more turnovers, a couple defensive touchdowns. And I just was super happy to see how, like, we responded as a team. Offense did what they needed to do, take time off the clock and score, capitalize on turnovers. And then we did what we needed to do defensively. And I think that just shows maturity on the team. Just a difference from last week to this week, and just kind of feel like we're kind of trending up because it's going to happen.
Well, we started off pretty fast. We started off, like, our first 3 drives of the game, we scored. So that kind of gave us momentum going into the game, even though coming out second half we started off slow, but our defense came through for us and we got the dub.
how is the first half maybe the perfect example of complementary football, something you guys have been shooting for to eventually play the whole 60 like that?
Well, when we came out, our defense set the tone. Our defense set the tone. Offense came out there, we did what we did, we put points on the board. Then next drive, defense set the tone again, get another turnover. So at that point, everybody was just playing company football. Special teams was putting us in good field position, so everything was just clicking in the first half.
Today was your third straight game with at least a touchdown. How's it become getting more comfortable with Quincy, and especially in this offense over the last few weeks for you?
Well, it's been pretty good. Last year, me and Quincy had a good connection because me and him was running with the tools a lot last year. So me and him had a good connection last year. Also, we've been also getting a lot of off-season work in together, trying to build our connection, build our chemistry on and off the field. So these last 3 games, they've really shown like all the off-season work we put in has really come to fruition.
I guess moving forward, what's the message maybe to the team? You guys, it's week 8, but you guys have really only played, what, 6 games? I mean, how is it going to be able to continue this momentum moving forward now into the Citadel next week?
Well, for right now, we're going to celebrate this win, then come back Monday. We got a whole team to play next week. I think we play the Citadel next week. So we just going to celebrate this win for right now, and then next week we just get ready to play Citadel.
How cool was it to see Coach Hatch so excited that you guys got the win against his hometown team?
He been talking about it all week, so he was like, he was trying not to make it about him. He was trying to make it about the team, but we all knew we wanted to win it for Coach, for sure.